fucking XSplit updated, it couldn't, like, change its window size, and I had to, like, get rid of it, like, cancel it out fully, and then bring it back up. And then it let me change the window size, so that was very confusing. But, you know when something changes just a little bit, but it's just enough it doesn't look right anymore?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what happened with it. So, like, all of it's okay, but I wish it could just look like how it used to. And it's, like, such an old people moment of just, why can't things look the way they used to?
Oh no, why is it the control arm bushings replacement is a 4-star on the talent thing. Everything else has been a 3. 3 is in my wheelhouse. 4 stars, I don't know.
Do you this is a completely random one there. Do you remember back when people were mad about YouTube changing, but like not for good reasons, where they were just like, I miss when everything was purple links. I miss when you could put your background on it and everybody had a repeating 480 by whatever Akatsuki background.
Yeah, I saw people talking about that.
Yeah, I don't miss those days. Everybody's like custom looking pages looked like shit except for like NL and Rooster Teeth and like professional people. But everybody else was just like, what if I just stole a picture from DeviantArt and made it my background, but it wasn't big enough, so it just repeated infinitely. Like, I don't miss that. Also, hey there, Tucker. I do miss that for websites, though. I do miss going to a random website, and the website's background was just shittily cropped repeating images. That was funny. Every time you knew that that was like a fan page, or somebody didn't know what they were doing with web design. Alright. I got a nuke thrown up.
Yep, I'm up.
I've got daily. I've got robot. Tell me when to go.
Wop. Let's go. It's a go wop.
I figured. That could come out badly, by the way, because that is also a term that is derogatory for Italians.
No.
Do you not know about that?
Sure don't.
Okay, so the term wop refers
that's the entire
to
level.
without papers, which was what they used to call Italians who were coming over after the war.
Interesting.
Which is also why Italians pull the whole, like, we were discriminated against thing. It's like, well, you were discriminated against for working with the Nazis. Like, I'm not saying that it wasn't unfair, but I am saying that, like, it's not the same thing as, like, slavery. Because, like, that's one thing that Darkside Phil used to always talk about. He's like, people used to treat Italians like shit, man. And I'm like, yeah? Yeah, were you interned in camps like the Japanese? Not quite. Yeah, Deep Rock Galactic is pretty fun. You are just tearing through it, aren't you?
What?
I'm talking to Tucker.
Ah.
These are some good starter abilities, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, shit. Hello. Many enemies. Hello, many enemies. Holy shit, dude.
That doesn't bode well for me, I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of little boys with guns.
Shit. Oh, I'm dead! I'm dead!
You're dead?
Holy shit, Big Bandit just shot the 2 most perfect shots. They both hit me. Oh my god.
I'm sorry to hear about that. He's dead on my screen.
That was his perfect shot.
How is it that 3 of us have died 1-3 in 3 days in a row? Like... like, there was myself, there was Red, and now there's you. What is happening? I just got touched by a maggot. Apparently you have to get to level 10 with a class to get alternative guns. That makes sense. So in other words, what you're telling me is play better. Well, now my competition's dead, so who cares if I fuck
Pretty
around.
much. Yeah.
I do want to say, like, I don't understand how Snaps works, where he's so bad at some games, but he's so good at other games.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, it's like a random button where it's just like, is he gonna be really good at this game or really bad at this game? And it's astonishing, because like, he's beat Hades already. And I guess if you just play one game for like a long time, that's probably gonna happen. But like, I've owned that game for a while, and I haven't done that. I've done like 2 runs through for like a couple of hours. I did get one really good one where I had like a really powerful sword, And I realized that the sword's moveset just fucking sucks compared to everything else, but if you can get it doing like 90 plus damage, then you kill basically everything. So my goal from now on is just to get a sword that does 90 plus damage all the time. The problem is the game is an RNG game. Has a laser rifle, as a lightning pistol, as a bazooka. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go to just like full energy. Who cares? Do it to me. I'm plugging a DRG. Yeah, I'm gonna call it DRG from now on. Do you have a name for it now?
Intimate.
Hey, dude, Ratchet is so bad I probably will like not watch it anymore. That like fucking One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest prequel. Don't watch it.
Oh, you've been watching that?
Yeah, came out on Netflix. I'm like, this looks like it's bad, but it's like artsy bad, where all the scenes are like really well lit and everything looks really pretty. And I was like, all right, I need a break from terrible television. I'll watch something that's probably pretty bad. It's just so boring. Like, everything about it is incredibly boring and really bad. And it does that. It's not even like the Netflix thing of it tries to make everything sexual. It's like the American Horror Story thing, where it like makes it creepy sexual. Where it had a scene where this one guy who's a fucking multi-murderer is just like, yeah, what if you just jerk me off through the bars because I can't jerk off due to my religion? It's like, that's what?
Very dumb.
Yeah, and then the girl does it, and then the other lady's like, hey, what if I arranged for you to fuck that guy?
Yeah, sure.
And I'm just like, I hate all of this. Or the fact that there was a huge plot point about how a doctor got like dosed with his own LSD, and as a result, like, watched a patient rip his own limbs off and then had to like put his arms back on. What? For him, but he put on somebody else's arms because the guy told him his arms were to his own.
What?
Yeah, like, and you think that all these would amount to something interesting, but instead what it is a 5-minute scene where, like, the doctor lays on the floor and talks about how the patient ripped his arms off and, like, kind of shows you one gruesome scene. You're like, I would prefer to just not see that.
It's also really weird because Connor's watching a show where they don't understand LSD at all, and they had a scene of somebody who like took a corner of a piece of acid, and then their like dead boyfriend showed up and told them to jump off a balcony, and they did it. And there was a big manhunt for this guy because his LSD's been responsible for people like killing themselves and like that. Now you're watching that.
In fairness to this one, it's not being super unrealistic on the depiction of LSD. It's more so like he got mega dosed with LSD by a patient, which is really stupid. I did get really upset at one point, though, where they were like, yeah, we're going to explore the nature of the lobotomy, because that's Nurse Ratchet's whole thing, is she lobotomizes a bunch of patients to keep them calm and shit in her stupid asylum, right? The first thing that they do is they go, hey, here's gonna be... Oh, fuck, there's a crossbow. But I'm so committed to laser weapons at this point.
But there's a crossbow.
Exactly! But, like, they have a scene where the doctor is explaining fucking lobotomies and shit. And he immediately goes, oh yeah, so we're gonna take this drill and we're gonna apply it to the side of the head where the soft spot of the skull is. And we're gonna drill through there. I'm like, no, that's called trepanation. That's not...
But it's the same thing.
But then later on in that episode, he goes, oh yeah, they didn't like the trepanning. And I'm like, what the... But you called it a lobotomy earlier. And then later on, he does a lobotomy. Like, the right one. And I'm just like, this is stupid. This doesn't make any sense.
I mean, in real life, they did start out with the drilling through the side of the head thing and then moved on to the ice pick because people found the drilling thing a little unsightly. But...
They did make a point of that, which was the only thing I'll give them credit for, is people went, hey, that's pretty gross. Maybe don't do that. And he's like, yeah, people didn't like that. Maybe we don't do that. But otherwise, Yeah,
Did
he
it.
still did it in front of a bunch of people.
If anything, they did it in a more ineffective way, where now they're blindly just shoving an ice pick in there instead of at least cutting and looking at what they're cutting.
Well, in fairness, the first time he was just shoving an entire drill into the side of their head, basically, like several inches.
Yeah, that's not too accurate.
The lobotomy is really fucking stupid, but it is hilarious that well, there's humming bolts, so crossbow was a smart idea. It's almost like the gods have spoken to me.
Yeah, lightning pistol's not that good. I mean, it's fine.
I mean, it's gonna be my secondary just because it can hit weird angles.
That is kind of what it's for.
It is being really fucky right now, but I am trying to use it at a distance, so I don't blame it. But yeah, no, like it's a really bad show, but it's not bad for any of the reasons that I would normally attribute like being exceptionally terrible. It's just so bland. Like you wouldn't think with all the murder and sex and drug, it would be bland. But it's really bland. Like one of the defining first scenes of the show is trying to expose how unprofessional the hospital is, and they have like one of the girls getting fucked by one of the guys there. And the Ratchet just walks in and they lock eyes, and it's like that uncomfortable moment of like if your parents walked in and you're jerking off, where they just stare at each other for a couple of seconds and then she just quietly walks out of the room. And I'm like, no, that's not what would happen there. Like, if you were a professional, you'd be like, hey, stop fucking that person. It was, well, something just got sucked down and I'm not sure what it was. What show is this? Shitty Hospital? Yeah. You got it. I don't know. I don't know how people get these shows made. Who watched Assault Slugger? I'll take it.
Really? I don't like the assault slugger. What's their ammo too fast?
Yeah, but I also have a crossbow. So I can use it to panic fire.
Yeah.
Like, let me put it this way. I got bored of watching Ratchet, and I mean genuinely bored of watching it. And then went, I'm gonna watch Lucifer instead. And I hate procedural cop dramas. But at least that has Lucifer. Like, he's at least still a fun character, even if the rest of the show is really shitty. I'm trying to think of another terrible show. Did anybody watch any of Snowpiercer?
Nope.
Don't.
Couldn't find on it, yeah.
It's also a procedural cop drama. But it's set on Snowpiercer, so I thought maybe this will be at least a little interesting. And instead, it's really not at all. What's your name, Mr. Satan? I mean, that's literally what he does in the show. He walks up to people and he's like, oh, hi, I'm Lucifer Morningstar. And they're like the devil? And he's like, exactly. And then people don't believe him that he's the devil. That's the joke. That's the whole joke. Is like the whole show is him going, hi, I am Lucifer Morningstar, the literal devil, and everybody going, wow, that guy's crazy. Okay. He blew up, but then I got locked outside of my safe room for a little while. Watched an episode of that, and that is the whole joke. I liked the episode, but assumed it gets old fast. Yeah, I'm at like season 4.5, and so 4.5 seasons of Lucifer going, I'm the literal devil, and everybody going, that's not true, is really annoying. But they're slowly cluing in more and more characters, so it's like the joke becomes less and less about the main characters going, he's not actually the devil, and more him going up to like an art student who is considered for murder and being like, I am Satan, and them going, no, you're not. Or people just treating him like a fucking, like because he masquerades as like a club host, right? Ooh. That's a big gun. That is a hyper rifle.
I have many options on these labs right now. And I don't know what to take. Do I take the dragon?
I mean, dragon's like fun.
I do kind of like the dragon.
Like, if nothing else, you get a fun one. Oh, whoa!
I like that.
They're spawning too many dead bodies here. I can keep this up all day. Well, I can keep this up for 40 more shots. Okay, you're spawning too many of these. I need to kill you. I'm gonna dead because you spawned too many. I'm not gonna dead because they're spawning health. They spawned so many.
The base crossbow here is not the best.
Yeah, Salt Slugger wasn't doing it for me either, unfortunately.
Oh no, that's bad here too. Yeah.
All right, I'm going back for that hyper rifle. Get out of here. Hyper rifle, you're coming with me. Too many boys? Yeah, like the plot of The Boys. So here's like a not spoiler. Sure. I'm really annoyed that I heard you licking your lips, you mimic. I got like mildly annoyed the other day because
give their dogs on this level, dude.
I was going through boys' knowledge and I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, they really missed out by making Huey American.
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be Simon Pegg. Like, the reason that that's his dad is because that's who they wanted to cast in 2006 when they wanted to make this originally, when the comic was popular. And so it's like, he was supposed to be not American. Almost all of them were supposed to be not American, except for MM. They were supposed to be a multinational cast, and it's like, that would have been much more interesting. Other than just, yeah, Huey's just like a sad American boy. It's
He's
like,
a dude.
It's like him being like a fucking hooligan man with a shaved head, like a fucking skinhead man, would have been much more fun. But instead, he's just very nervous and sad. And that, don't get me wrong, I like nervous and sad characters, but I don't know, like, I always feel like I'm a little bit, like, put off whenever Huey's on screen. He's so boring. And I know that they want him to be, like, the emotional through line that's, like, not everybody in this group is monsters, but that was kind of the point because it's a Garth Ennis novel. Or not novel, comic.
Laser minigun or super flat cannon for the dragon?
Do you have, like, the ability to get more ammo
Neither.
very reliably? I think I would probably go super flat cannon, holy shit.
Hey, look at that.
Weird. I probably would go with the laser minigun because at least if you have a decent second gun, you can switch to that, kill the boys, get the stuff, and then fire fast.
It is a golden splinter gun with homing bolts.
Yeah, you're good.
I want to keep the flat cannon for the next level, though, I think.
Yeah, I want to take it, but I also don't want to take it. Because of homing bolts. But this is a default crossbow.
You gotta stick with it, I don't know. You don't even have trigger fingers, yeah. Makes it even worse.
We're gonna swap out and hope that the lack of homing bolts doesn't fuck me. When you shoot it, though, and it evaporates a fucking dog, you feel joy in your heart, you know? Like, the direct hit evaporating a dog is always very nice.
He's dropped a super flat cannon on the fight.
What?
I used up all the laser minigun ammo, and then one dropped when I killed the generator.
That's absurd!
Because I have crown of guns, so I just get gun drops like crazy.
Well, alright.
Boiling Veins, Eagle Eyes, Throne Butt, Euphoria as my last mutation.
Wow. I mean, I guess Euphoria, maybe? Or Throne Butt?
I wasn't even thinking Boiling Veins.
Yeah, I mean, if you're wanting to go for a longer loop.
Thermite's always nice.
Like, that's a good one for a long loop, because then you're not as vulnerable, but if you're not wanting a long loop, then
How often do we usually die to explosions? Not that often.
I did yesterday.
Not that often. I'm not throwing much.
Ah!
The super flat cannon does do some fucking damage. Can't deny that.
Okay, I'm taking like some really stupid idiot damage.
Move longer. Always move longer.
Oh, he stepped on I'm not gonna get it, dude. He stepped on one of the reactors I can't get in time. Not enough ammo, not enough trigger fingers. Yep, I'm dead.
Yeah, that's not a build for it.
Nope, I should have kept the crossbow, but 17th. Not bad.
A crossbow would have been too slow.
Yeah, but I could have killed the little boys, which
Maybe.
would have restored my ammo, which would have let me use the gun. So, Loop longer. Fingers, please. Yes. I require fingers. I mean, I don't require them. I guess I could play this game with my toes if I really wanted to, but it's not really, like, something that I desire.
I'm alive.
I don't desire nuclear toes.
Nuclear toes.
Nuclear. Rockley's smile could do it. I remember that.
Oh yeah, Super Meat Boy. Super Feet Boy, sorry.
Yeah, Super Feet Boy was fucking something, I tell you what.